Don't give up.
Work on problems that you're passionate about.
Are they able to tell me what is their core?
Look at the big picture.
To think a little further out into the future and plan a little more than you're used to doing.
Well, there's a lot of piece of advice that you give junior faculty members. I think what you do is you just say, look at the big picture. Okay, don't get caught up in the details. There's a lot of aspects to being a faculty member, and have balance. I think that's an important thing.
So one of the key mentoring advice that I like to give young people is, are they able to tell me what is their core? What is it that they would like to be known for, as opposed to how many different things they're going to do? If they can describe their core succinctly and convincingly, they are in the right path. Because this is one of the things I see all the time is that there is, and that is natural. A young person wants to, quote unquote, impress in many different things. And oftentimes it ends up diluting everything. So you say, okay, you have to be able to define your core. This is what you are. And if you focus on that one purpose, you're much better. Your progress will be much more efficient.
Work on problems that you're passionate about and that you have a unique skill set to solve. And so the reason why I give that advice is because, you're hopefully going to be doing this career for a very long time, and you want to stay invigorated and passionate, and you really have the chance when you're a junior faculty to make your mark, make your scientific and engineering mark in the world. And that's one of the most, I think, delightful things about being a junior faculty is when your technical expertise is at a really high level. You're bringing together all of the work that you've worked towards for so long, and then you're able to really focus on that during that time.
Yeah, I mean, the advice that we give to junior faculty, I think, is typically to think a little further out into the future and plan a little more than you're used to doing. Success in academia is a long-term thing. You don't get success typically in a year. You get success over a long time. And when you see the people who are really, really successful, those people have built programs over decades where they're building over that entire decade period of time. So for instance, I'll just give you an example. When a faculty member will come in, they'll say, it'd be nice to win some awards, right? But these awards are things you plan for like 5 years in advance. So you need to look to see who has won them over a number of years and what did their profile look like. Sometimes you can even meet those people at conferences or invite them to give seminars and meet them, and they'll share their application with you if you get to know them. So you can start to see what a successful application looks like. You also need for people to write you recommendation letters for these kind of things, right? So you need to meet those people early on. You can't just send somebody an email and say, I'm applying for this application. You don't know me. Will you write this? You have to build a relationship with those people over years period of time. So I think that one thing that takes faculty members by surprise is that you have to do planning over a much longer period of time than you thought when you first joined. That's just one example.
To really make your committee, your CFE committee, work for you. So instead of going in and just reporting out on what you've accomplished over the past 6 or 12 months, go in with an intention of getting some specific advice, some specific connections, have some specific goals. So you need to put the work in ahead of time, and that work that you put in to preparing for that committee meeting, you'll get out by having your committee actively working. The last thing you need is to go into those and just have a bunch of head bobbers of, yeah, you're doing a good job, keep it up. You need specific goals and specific advice to come out of that meeting to really benefit from it to the maximum extent.
The most frequent piece of advice I offered was always look for help from the Center for Faculty Excellence and the senior professors in the department. Yeah, don't be shy. Always look for help. People are willing to help, especially the Center for Faculty Excellence, like Anne and her staff. They're always willing to respond to you. Yeah, find people to support you. If they have the answer, they're gonna provide the answer to you. If they do not have an answer, they're gonna find people to support you.
Don't give up. There's two cute stories. One is if when you submit a grant and you don't get it funded, and then you submit it again and don't get it funded, the person who submits it the third time, that's the kind of personality you need. And then when you don't get a grant, my husband and I had this thing where if we didn't get a grant, then we'd be upset for a whole month. And then that got down to a week. And then that got down to the 5-minute ride from school to work, and that was it. You weren't allowed to bitch anymore or moan anymore.